Hi dear students, so we were discussing about restoration of serial numbers. So in this session we already discussed about the theory of restoration. So in this session we will discuss about the practice of number restoration. So the first and foremost we have to do the surface preparation. So as you all know that serial numbers will be on various surfaces like metal surfaces like iron, steel or aluminium alloys and brass or zinc, like that. So the surface will be like iron, steel, aluminium, brass or zinc. So first thing we have to do is that we have to prepare the surface of these aluminium or steel, in whatever that serial number is there, we have to prepare the surface. So the first step of the number restoration is surface preparation. So as the surface must be treated to reveal the crystalline structure of the metal, it is necessary to polish the surface. So we have to polish the surface first. As a preliminary step to the recovery process. So polishing the surface is the preliminary step. And this is best accomplished by first removing all scratches and other gross marks with fine emery paper. So we all know that in windows and all, while painting, first we use a paper like sandpaper like that for polishing the metal surface. So the paper is called as emery paper. Emery paper. EMERY PAPER. So first thing what we have to do, first you have to remove all the scratches, and other gross marks. By using this emery paper, and this is followed by final polishing. Final polishing to a mirror like finish. So first step is polishing the surface using emery paper, and second step is that this is final polishing to mirror like finish. For what we are doing is that we want to get a mirror like finish with jeweler's rock or floor paper. So for first polishing we use emery paper, and for final polishing we use jeweler's rock ROUGE or floor paper. After polishing, the surface must be degreased and decleaned with chloroform. And third step is that after polishing, the surface must be degreased and cleaned with chloroform or acetone. So we use chloroform or acetone for this degreasing purpose. So first, for surface preparation, first thing we have to do for polishing using emery paper, then final polishing using jeweler's rock, and then floor paper or floor paper, then using chloroform or acetone you have to degrease the surface and clean it and clean. So this is about surface preparation. And next we will see the chemical methods of restoration. So after surface preparation we can use like so many methods for number restoration. So first we will see how we can restore the serial number using chemical methods. So the general technique of chemical etching, like for chemical method of restoration we will say chemical etching, etching. So the general technique of this chemical etching is essentially the same for all metals. Like I already told about iron, steel, zinc, brass and all. So the surface will be like metals like these, iron, steel and all. So all for all these metals the procedure or the general technique of this chemical etching will be same. So chemical etching will be same for all metals, the general technique. And although the chemical formula will have to be used for each, so different reagents will be used for different like metals, but the general technique will be same for all those things. Then basically the reagent is applied to polish the area with cotton wool swab and with a rubbing action, and after approximately 1 minute the reagent is rinsed off with acetone and viewed, and the number should begin to appear as a shadow, which is often best viewed with oblique lighting. And if nothing appears after 1 minute, the process is repeated for consecutive intervals of 2, 5 and then 10 minutes for a total of 2 hours. So the application of sufficient heat to make the surface hot enough to just be able to touch not only speeds up the development but also appears to enhance the result. So what I was telling, what I want to tell you is that we already polished the surface area. So this surface, like we already polished the surface. So to this polished surface we have to apply the reagent. So the reagents we will discuss later. So these reagents we have to apply this to the polished area, and then how we will apply, using a cotton swab, and after approximately 1 minute the reagent is rinsed off. This reagent is rinsed off with acetone. How? With acetone. So using acetone this reagent is rinsed off. First we have to apply this reagent to the polished surface using a cotton swab, and approximately after 1 minute you have to rinse off this reagent using acetone, and then view whether any serial number is present or not, or whether we can restore the serial number. So view for restoration, and if this is not showing any restoration or any serial numbers, you can like repeat the process. So after 1 minute, if it is not appearing, you can repeat the process after 2 minutes, then after 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, like that. So this you can continue for about 2 hours till the number appears. So this is about chemical etching general technique. Like for different different reagents will be there, but their general technique is same. And first to the polished surface, what you have to do, you can apply this reagent and rub using cotton ball. And after that, what you have to do, approximately after 1 minute, you can view this surface by rinsing off. So the reagent, after 1 minute, you can rinse off, and then you can view for restoration. So if there is no restoration, after 1 minute you can repeat the same thing in consecutive intervals. So this is the general technique. So in the next class we will discuss about reagents used for various metals like iron and steel, aluminium. So which reagent we are using. So I hope you understood about the surface polishing and the chemical methods of restoration general technique. And we will continue this class in this session in the next class. Thank you.